There are two things to discuss on this Tomi Lahren dust-up with The View, and one of them is her employment at The Blaze.
The Blaze founder Glenn Beck on Monday took to Twitter to question whether one of the most popular television hosts on his network was intellectually honest.
You also consider yourself pro-choice, which is interesting to me because 68% of conservative Republicans think that abortion should be illegal across the board.
No, I'm pro-choice, and here's why. I am a constitutional, someone that loves the Constitution. I am someone that's for limited government, and so I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and say I'm for limited government, but I think that the government should decide what women do with their bodies. I can sit here and say that as a Republican, and I can say, you know what, I'm for limited government, so stay out of my guns, and you can stay out of my body as well.
First of all, we have a whole bunch of different kinds of people that work here. We started The Blaze with a show called The Real News. Real News was absolutely fantastic, and it was hosted by Amy Holmes, who was openly pro-choice. So if you're pro-choice, you can have a job at The Blaze. What is the constitutional argument for conservatives on life? A lot of people will think that this is a new argument, that our founders never really, they never discussed this, Abortion is a new idea. And if it's not abortion, women's rights is a new idea. Well, I want you to put women's rights into context here. Women's rights are important. However, they're not the only thing to consider when another person's life is at stake. We have to consider the other person's life when it is at stake. The founders were really, really clear. The preamble of the Constitution clearly states, to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Well, who are our posterity, if not our unborn children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren? James Wilson, one of the only 6 people who signed both the Declaration and the Constitution, he was also an original judge on the Supreme Court. He said, and I quote, "Human life from its commencement to its close is protected by common law. Life begins when the infant is first able to stir in the womb." In other words, as soon as people knew they were pregnant, you couldn't do anything. As soon as you knew, when it stirred in the womb. Now that's something we know.
And that's when they
almost
knew back then.
Yeah, that's when they knew. We know almost instantly now. Mm-hmm. Signer of the Declaration of Independence, John Witherspoon said, quote, "Some nations have given parents the power of life and death over their children. But here in America, we have denied the power of life and death to parents," end quote. State law of Virginia at the time of Jefferson and Madison laid it out pretty well. Quote, "But if a woman be with child, and any gives her a potion to destroy the child within her, this is murder. For it was not given to her to cure a disease, but unlawfully to destroy the child within her," end quote. So I would disagree that you're a hypocrite if you want limited government, and yet you want the government to protect life of the unborn.